Welcome back to another episode of History of Gaming Metal Gear. We are continuing, after a short break, the Metal Gear Solid 5 playthrough, The Phantom Pain, and I have zero memory of where we left off. So, this will be an experience in itself. What about Eastward? Oh, that's right! I watched that. It looks good! Eastward looks good. It's got fantastic animation. Really good animation in there. Okay, so... Rewards. Is it auto dismissing people? Yeah, right? Can we build a bigger base? Need more fuel resources. Gotta keep our eye out for that. Let's go extract a highly skilled soldier. Trying to remember the controls.
Roger.
I forgot we had that song on it.
This is B-Quad. Arriving shortly at LZ. This is B-Quad. On station at LZ. Gaining altitude.
Alright. So we'll warm up with a couple side missions. Yep, there she is. Alright. Setups. Got a prisoner and highly skilled soldier.
Select a land heading to Central Africa.
Central Africa. Yeah, equip them now. What do we have a better version of? I do not know. Is she gold? She is gold. She's gold because it's a reference to James Bond. Goldfinger. I think we're good.
Deploying.
All right, so I know that last time we were playing, maybe not the exact last time, but pretty much where we're leaving off in the story, or picking back up in the story, is they're doing some weird thing with language. They had a bunch of like half-dead people, and they had cut open their esophagus, and they stuffed these headphones in there, and they were all speaking different languages, and some weird shit's going on. Some seriously weird shit's going on.
The map has been updated.
So we'll do a couple side missions, and then we'll go see what's going on with that primary mission. I need all those fuel resources.
Marker placed. Marker placed. Marker placed. Enemy presence detected. The map has been updated.
All right.
Buddy has infiltrated our... The map has been updated.
How do I zoom more? Everybody's gonna take a nap.
The map has been updated.
He's coming too. Roger that.
Yeah. Stop trying to wake him up, man. Now I gotta put him back to bed. Jesus. This place is crawling with like way too many guys. There we go.
You gotta extract him. Subject on board. Leave the rest to us. You gotta extract him.
Okay. Come on, peek your head out. I'm hitting armor. Woo!
Side-ops list updated.
Subject on board. Leave the rest to us.
Arrived at Mother Base. You have arrived at your destination.
Do it.
Enemy presence detected. The map has been- Analysis complete.
Oh yeah, he's worth taking back.
He's coming too. Roger that.
Boy. All right. Now I marked some fuel resources. Oh god, fell in a grave.
You have arrived at your destination.
Subject on board. Leave the rest to us.
Need to make sure we pick these up.
You have arrived at your destination.
Oh, excuse me. Bless you and hi. Taco 4000 hosting. Thank you for the host. Very much appreciated. General Knucklehead, welcome as well. A history of gaming. Metal Gear. Hello, Taco. How are you doing? What are you guys playing? Having a little bit harder time seeing than I thought I was going to. Just let them loose. Thanks for the follow. Passing on the love, playing Metal Gear 2. Metal Gear, too good. Sadly, this is actually the last game in an entire Metal Gear series playthrough we've been doing, called History of Gaming Metal Gear. The puppy is upset. What, no Survive? Well, actually, I am going to play Metal Gear Survive. I'm not going to consider it part of the History of Gaming series, but I am going to play it because I need to see it for my own eyes. Like, I know that I don't like it that Kojima's not involved. I know that I don't like it that Konami's using the name to try and make sales. Man, he is upset. He is protesting. I know I don't like those things, but here's the thing. What if, and I know this isn't the case, but what if Konami actually produced like a fantastic, amazing game, and it was better than anything that we had ever seen with Metal Gear before? Well, we got to give him that chance. We got to give him that chance. I know it's not true, I know it's not possible for them to be able to do that. But just on the sheer fact that people have the ability to change and companies have the ability to change and become better, I always have to play games myself. I have to see with my own eyes and make my own opinion. I don't think the hundreds of thousands of people out there that hate Survive, even the ones that have played it, are wrong. But I'm just very adamant that you're not allowed to talk trash until you try something. You can't talk shit about Survive until you pick up Survive and you play it. And if you don't want to spend your $60 on a game, and it's not even $60, right? It's like 40. If you don't want to spend your money on a game because of the politics, I completely get that. I understand that. But all you're allowed to say at that point, in my opinion, my humble opinion, is I didn't buy the game because of these political reasons, and I have no interest in playing it because of that, and I'm taking a stand there, which is totally fine. I took a stand with Battlefront 2. I can't talk about Battlefront 2 being good, bad, or indifferent. All I can say is, like, I didn't buy it because I didn't like that they lied to us. I had it pre-ordered. I had Battlefront 2 pre-ordered, and then they talked about how much content was in the game, and then they turned around and I watched some people on Twitch, and I was actually watching Sacriel, and Sacriel's like, huh, all the heroes are locked. And as soon as I found that out, I was like, oh yeah, canceling my sub or my pre-order. I can't give you guys my money when I feel that way. Now, I can't speak on if Battlefront 2 is a good or a bad game. I just disagree with the politics that were involved aggressively. Which is fine to do with Survive. I'm not saying that anybody's not allowed to do that. But myself, Konami did a lot of good, and Kojima did a lot of good. Now, Konami, and we did a huge bit on it. If you guys go through and check out my VOD, I have a lengthy VOD that explains the downfall of Konami and why they turned into these people that they were. And it was because they had some really, really, really bad console sales. The board at Konami got burned for a while. And what saved them? A mobile game did. A mobile game dug that company up out of the ground and made them feel a little bit more comfortable. And they put a little bit too much faith in that, and kind of lost all faith in console games, because I don't think Konami realizes that console games are evolving. And I mean, if we look back, so has Konami always been a shitlord company like EA? No, EA has always been evil. I've never appreciated EA. I mean, back when they were Electronic Arts and they were a development studio still, maybe I had some love for them, but EA's always been like this evil company. Konami wasn't. Think about our fond memories of the Konami Code and Contra and all these games that came out of Konami. We used to love Konami. We used to love Konami, and we got to give them at least the credit that we used to love them. And then they trusted mobile games too much, in my opinion, and they made some really, really bad executive decisions internally and started treating their employees poorly, and that's the reason why we are where we are with them. But I think they didn't realize that AAA console games are not like they used to be. They're not like in '87 when Metal Gear 1 came out for the MSX. You can't set two people down and have them code and do the art, and that's it, and they get it done in about 6 months. These games are getting closer and closer to the budgets and the efforts and the technology involved in making a Hollywood movie. Kiefer Sutherland is the voice of Snake in this. I mean, we're talking like a actual movie star. So, that can't be cheap. Kiefer Sutherland's not doing that on good graces. So games are getting to be more and more expensive version of entertainment. It just is. And I don't think the studio was willing to accept that. A big part of the problem that was happening right around... So Metal Gear Solid 5 gets announced right before the fall and revival of Konami with this mobile game. It was called like Dragon Trainer something. This mobile game that was made that saved them. But Metal Gear Solid 5 goes into development right before that, and it starts costing a ton of money. And the reason why we see Ground Zeroes is because Konami needs some of their investment back. They demand getting some kind of investment back from what money they put into Metal Gear Solid 5. Now, when I was doing the research, Konami is not divulging a lot of the development costs of their games. They kind of don't like telling people how much shit costs. But it was mentioned by some people in the accounting offices that Metal Gear Solid 5 was one of the most expensive games ever developed by Konami. And this includes Silent Hill titles, previous Metal Gear games, all kinds of stuff. So we know this thing was costing a lot of money at the same time that the company wasn't doing well financially. And then they reorganized their entire command structure, and the guy who brought around the mobile game that saved them is the guy who gets put in charge. Yoshi? I forget his name. But he gets put in charge because he saved the company. And then I'm thinking Konami's looking over like, well, why did we even get in this place in the first place? And what do they look at? They look at Metal Gear Solid 5 costing a ton of money, and they start pointing fingers and blaming the old vice president, which was Kojima at the time. And Kojima was probably trying to tell him, like, guys, games cost this much to make now, and if you just let the game come out, it'll make a ton of money. Metal Gear Solid 5 was a financial success for Konami. It made them a ton of money. But imagine if it was finished, how much more money it could have made. They get a portion of their money from pachinko machines. The majority of their income is from mobile games now. But yeah, they do have... So there's 3 different branches of Konami and how it's split up. And there is what they call the entertainment branch, which is console gaming branch. And then they have the mobile branch, which is a department that works strictly on mobile games, like we've been talking. And then they call it machine entertainment branch, which is the pachinko machine section. Now, the majority, each of these branches independently have to sustain their own income and overhead. So, for example, if the console gaming department is costing more money than it's making, the pachinko and mobile game departments aren't throwing in to keep those guys' paycheck coming. They get cut off, they get layoffs, stuff like that. So all these departments have to work on their own merit. And the mobile gaming department, before this big change in Konami, was like costing a few $100,000 a year and making like $500,000 a year. So like it was real small numbers when you're talking about a company that big. And then the mobile gaming craze hits, where microtransactions become a little bit more acceptable. People who really aren't gamers are getting into mobile gaming, and they're spending tons of money because they want to do the next move. The Candy Crush phenomenon kicks in. And Metal Gear Solid 5 has just taken out a huge sum. I think it was $5 million for initial production costs. You guys will have to watch the video. I go into it a lot more detail in that VOD. But it takes out a ton of money to be able to start production, and the company's not making money anywhere else. They're not making Silent Hill games. They're not... the pachinko machine department was actually manufacturing. They actually physically put together the pachinko machines, not necessarily develop their own pachinko machines. No, pachinko. That's from Plinko, she says. That's from Price is Right. But they manufacture the machines, and then they're like branding their own machines in there and getting the licensing rights kicked back from that sometimes too. But they were manufacturing the physical machines for the most part. So all of a sudden, they're not making any good console games. They put all their eggs in one basket with Metal Gear. Prices plummet, or their stocks plummet. They're not seeing a lot of money coming in. And then this guy in the mobile division working on this very small overhead summary, puts out this Dragon Trainer game. I forget what it's called, but it only released in Japan.
Rain.
And it just blew up. We know how these mobile games go. Flappy Bird's ridiculously stupid, and it made tons of money. We don't know why it did. It just did. And so this mobile game goes absolutely viral. Not sustainable income, but it blows up. And they see a fiscal quarter come in that the mobile department's making like 7,500, I think it was. I don't remember the number, but there was like this massive percentage increase on what it was costing to run that department. And they go, oh shit, mobile games don't cost crap to make, and we can make millions off of it. And so they think, oh, this is saving the company. And you know what? In the short term, I bet it is. Hell, in the long term, it probably is too. I don't know. We haven't seen mobile gaming be around long enough for us to really know how sustainable it is. In my opinion, from the gaming research and gaming economy knowledge I have from classes and shit that I've read online, mobile gaming is explosive burst income, and it's nothing beyond that because people get sick and tired of paying money to play the game, and they give up on it eventually. And
Please select a mission.
yeah, I mean, the whole story of Konami is really quite interesting. You understand where they come from. You understand why Konami got scared. And I completely give them credit for that. I understand why they got scared. What I don't appreciate is all the things that we heard about after they got saved. Basically, what ends up happening is the company got scared. They were like, holy shit, mobile gaming's going to save us. Let's completely shift our efforts. That was overreactive. That was reactionary. It wasn't a good move. And a lot of people that worked for Konami I think nobody said it, but the feeling that I get from all this research I've done is that there was this internal rebellion, kind of. And people have been referred to as Kojima loyalists at points during this whole entire thing. So it sounds like there's this little internal Konami civil war happening around this time. And people are like, no, don't give up on console games. You can't do it. And they're like, no, we're moving away from it. And then people are like, well, I'm not going to do that. And it becomes this huge internal struggle. And at one point, what ends up happening is Kojima's entire team, based in LA, has all internet, email, and phone privileges revoked, and they're not allowed to talk about their game anymore. They're not allowed to publicize it. And you're not allowed to get on the internet, and you're not allowed to use email, and you're not allowed to call people. That doesn't make a worker feel real good. And then they decide anybody who is a creative developer of any kind, so if you develop code, if you develop art, if you do any of those things, you're no longer allowed to hold management positions. You can't be a leader in Konami and also be creative. Only business people can be leaders. Only people who went to school and got business degrees and just know numbers and just know business and have not a creative bone in their body, they're the only ones that are allowed to be leaders. So everybody that was a creative person that was a leader gets demoted. That includes Kojima. And then, if you're late back from your lunch, it's a new policy that they get on the intercom throughout the entire building and ridicule you. We're talking about Japan. That's really upsetting to people over there. It's fucked up, really, to be frank. And then they say if you're in need of, well, for one, if they have an overage of developers, because all of a sudden they just brought a bunch of management down and forced them into the normal work populace, if there's an overage, or if you're in need of disciplinary action, you, a programmer, a developer, somebody who went to school for 4 years to be good at programming and making video games, you get demoted to cleaning bathrooms, working on the pachinko machines, or other menial labor, as it was described. That is doing nothing but creating a hostile work environment and causing people to despise your leadership, and it's not a very good move. Kiefer must have been paid line by line because Snake only really says 7 sentences the whole game. I mean, he doesn't say enough, in my opinion. He does talk quite a bit, though.
High-ranking CFA officer. CFA doesn't just hire United soldiers as mercenaries. They're also supplying United with weapons. It just smacks of Western nations manipulating them against the socialist MPLA. Naturally, the MPLA is not happy with the situation and wants us to put a stop to it. Your standard issue East-West proxy war. Except it appears our target is the man in charge of how many weapons get supplied to UNITA. Apparently his MO is to keep the civil war going as long as possible, so CFA can keep making a profit. bad for business if United wins too soon. So they sit back and suck the people dry. Parasites of war. Our intel suggests the target rarely ventures outside of Nova Braga Airport. But rumor has it that a Western arms dealer is headed there soon for an inspection. That could be your chance to eliminate the target from a distance. We also heard that he plans to leave the country following the inspection. This may be our only opportunity to take him out.
This mission's worth a ton of money. Kinda has me concerned.
Accepted.
Kinda has me concerned.
Deploying.
Deploying. But yeah, that's the long and short of fuck Konami. Konami's been making some bad decisions, I think, and they're not doing anything. I hope they're at peace with not coming back to console gaming because they've lost a lot of love over here. They've lost a lot of love. It's gonna be hard to get our love back.
Eliminate the high-ranking CFA official in charge of supplying weapons to United. The target stays at Nova Braga Airport. Head to the airport first.
Ba-ba-ba-bam-bam.
Be careful down there, boss.
Map has been updated. Clans approaching.
Yeah, nobody's gonna notice that quiet.
We have an emergency. Mother Base is under attack. The enemy is over on one of our platforms, and they're holding some of our staff hostage. If we don't do something, they'll try to take off with our men. That would mean losing some of our finest manpower. Boss, take back that platform. This is a race against time.
Infiltrated
For all of us. Get on this mission right away, boss.
Enemy
Emergency missions. An enemy unit has occupied Mother Base. Deploy in response. Okay.
Please select a mission.
Retake the platform.
Mission accepted. Heading to Mother Base.
Somebody's attacking our platform and we ain't gonna have it. Everything UI-wise in correct places? Or can this stream boss and this Mac Daddy boss go up higher? It can go up higher, right? I don't have anything in that upper left-hand corner.
Deploying.
Yeah. And luckily enough, unluckily enough, Twitch has deleted some of the VODs of this series, so I might be replaying possibly Metal Gear 1, most likely Metal Gear 2 Solid Snake, and Metal Gear Solid 1 for this series, so that we have recordings kept for it. Metal Gear 1's up on YouTube, but it isn't on Twitch.
The moment they lose their chain of command, we'll move in and suppress the rest. The enemy have taken some of our staff hostage and are threatening to kill them if they're attacked. You can't rely on support from us this time. Anything we do might be seen as an attack. Boss, forgive me. Can't believe I let an enemy force in right under my nose. But one thing's for sure. They're gonna pay for it. Make certain of that, boss.
Yeah, I will. Don't sweat it, bruh.
Map has been updated.
Be careful down there, boss.
Leave my Hopper Chopper alone.
Clans approaching.
Oh no! You're one of mine now.
He's coming too. Roger that.
Boomskis. Alright. He's up in the air.
Subject on board. Leave the rest to us.
Understood. All fire teams check your surroundings. Flush out the intruder. Out.
So glad none of you are wearing helmets. Makes my job so freaking easy.
You gotta extract him.
Just listen, cause everybody's getting extracted. Every single freaking person. Nobody survives. Really now? Shit. Oh, that was close. Layers, people. This base has layers. Alright, nope. You're not in prime extraction position.
CP, this is Zulu 4. Signs of enemy activity.
You have arrived.
He's coming too. Roger that.
CP, understood. Check your surroundings.
How do you guys have a CP? They get tired of you randomly punching them in the face? No, this is, somebody's attacked our base. They're bad guys.
You gotta extract him.
Oh, shit. There we go. Okay. Get rid of them. Huh.
Subject on board. Leave the rest to us.
Ah! Shit.
You have arrived at your destination.
Alright, drop him. Drop him.
Roger that.
Whoa, wait a minute. Why can I get that one guy out, but not this dude?
You have arrived at your destination.
He's up. Aw, Shrug with them cupcakes. Shrug taking third place from Ronnie. Put him in his place. Get him out of here. Like, Ronnie. No. Cupcakes belong here. Thank you for the bits. I need to get up another level. There we go. What about this? Here we go. Here we go. Yeah. Killing it.
You gotta extract him.
Oh, you're good. You didn't have to be here for the giveaway. Now you got something to play for Halloweeners. Bruh.
CP, this is Zulu 6. No sign of the enemy. Searching the area. Over. This is CP. Understood. Search every corner. They gotta be around here.
There we go.
Out.
Analysis complete.
Yeah, see, you're even worth it. Where are you boys at, huh?
He's coming too. Roger that.
Where are you? Oh, there's somebody. Damn it. Where you at?
Boss, that person you Fulton extracted turned out to be the target. Target is no longer a threat. Boss, you just saved Diamond Dogs from a major crisis.
Oh yeah.
Leave the rest to us.
Attention hostile force. We have eliminated your commander. Escape is impossible. Lay down your weapons immediately. Surrender now, and you will not be fired upon.
He's grabbing that microphone like he doesn't know how to mute, man. Has he never streamed? Grabbing that mic right by the head.
Plant extraction arrived at Mother Base. Development project has been added.
A lot of really good. Oh my god! Look at all that. That's some good
Mission
development
complete,
stuff.
Boss. Boss, we figured out who that enemy commander was. He was on the staff at Mother Base 9 years back. Despite surviving the attack, he broke off from us and spent his years terrified that a cleanup squad would come after him. The isolation screwed with his sense of loyalty. A rumor, source unknown, had him convinced that the attack 9 years ago was orchestrated by you yourself. The big boss sold out his comrades to hide from the world. He thought that's why you weren't at the base that day. He was so desperate to take us down, he built up his own PF, copying us in every way. His idea of the perfect revenge. But in the end, he was just a victim of disinformation. I'll leave you to decide how to deal with him.
Stab him in the butt. Stab him in the butt. How we deal with people who are not loyal. We butt stab them. Firm. It's direct. Handles the situation. Mm-hmm. How we handle it.
Boss, listen a moment.
Yeah.
I want to bolster our security to guard against enemy attacks.
Uh-huh.
What I have in mind is to create a security team that can defend each of the platforms. Can I go ahead with that? So from now on, give some thought to building up the security team as well. One other thing. To divert some of the risk posed by our enemies, I'd like to construct a forward operating base. The more bases we have, the more staff we can house and the more materials we can secure.
Okay. Here we go. Oh my god.
FOB construction complete.
Forgot all about this.
Unit function added.
Basically control multiple platforms.
Development project has been added.
I'm running real low on that. Okay, so staff management, let's look at this. We're going to all staff, combat unit prioritized.
Staff assigned. Please specify a project.
There's all these security devices we can put in there. I forgot all that.
Please specify a project.
Alright, so weapons and items. What are we working on currently?
Please specify a project.
Alright, so get a new Fulton device going. Those going. Vision, yep. Alright, so if we take a look at my suits, I can go up on the sneaking suit. Priority. And then ability, precision, sonar, Fulton device. I think we're good there. The
Please
development for the
specify a
helicopter.
project.
Okay, can't do that. Can't do that, can't do that, can't do that. Don't have the money for that. Oh yeah! Let's save the money. Take a look at missions, combat deployments.
Please select a mission.
Still 24 minutes left on that, huh? Eh? One's got a lot of cash to it. Do that one.
Unit dispatched.
Kill some cows. Eh.
Please
My mission
select
list.
a mission.
Oh, the war economy still needs to be done. Alright, let's take a look at our side ops. Eliminate heavy infantry. And target practice. Go to the main
Please
list.
Select a mission.
Do the war economy.
Mission accepted. Heading to Central Africa.
Buddy. Quiet.
Deploying.
Alright, let's try this again. We were rudely interrupted last time we were trying to do this mission. Punished Venom Snake.
Eliminate the high-ranking CFA official in charge of supplying weapons to UNITA. The target stays at Nova Braga Airport. Head to the airport first.
Alright. Go back into that damn airport.
Be careful down there, boss.
The map has been updated.
Alright, go girl. Fuel resources are still very low. We're gonna need to
Presence detected.
get
The
that
map
up.
has been updated. Buddy has infiltrated our... The map has been updated. Clouds approaching. Enemy presence detected. The map has been updated. You have arrived at your destination.
Alright, light guy.
Great, you made it. I've sent the information to your map screen. That's the target's predicted location. Check all around the target and plan carefully before moving in.
The map has been updated.
Our camera has been taken out.
Alla trupper, dit is CP. Ons het 'n sekuriteitskamera verloor. Daar is geen rede vir dit om af te
The
wees.
map has been updated.
We've just received word that the arms dealer due to inspect Nova Braga Airport is on his way. Once his chopper is arrived, fire. He's
Wouldn't let
coming
me
too.
switch weapons.
Roger that.
Really? There's nothing I can do with that guy.
Alla trupper, dit is CP. Ons het 'n situasie. Ons het 'n situasie. My pa bedrywighede. En bly op jou hoede. Uit. Alle skietspanne, dis CP. Hy val posisie. Alle eenhede. Hy val posisie.
Get him the hell out of here. I don't want him waking up.
You gonna extract him?
Do you. Quiet. Put everybody to sleep. Get them all
The chopper headed
out of my hair.
turn back. The inspection's canceled. You'll have to find the target yourself.
Dis CP. Ondersoek die area. Ons bly op jou hoede.
Subject on board. Leave the rest to us.
Louise, dis CP. Ons gedempte moet hier op die teken. Hoor.
Man, this went completely pear-shaped. I can't shoot you. How are you able to hit me? That's bullshit. am I not hitting him? That whole thing went terrible. Just because I was not able to switch weapons when that guy on that Humvee rolled up.
Fire.
You have arrived at your destination.
Great, you made it. I've sent the information to your map screen. That's the target's predicted location. Check all around the target and plan carefully before moving in.
The map has been updated.
Okay. Try this again.
You gonna extract him? It's a surveillance camera. Don't get spotted.
Okay. Oh, right on the stairs.
Subject on board. Leave the rest to us. Boss, we've just received word that the arms dealer due to inspect Nova Braga Airport is on his way. Once his chopper has arrived, they'll be touring the facilities along with the target. Let him bring the target out into your line of fire. Fire!
No, shit, how do you... There we go.
Marker
That's
placed.
an enemy gunship. Don't try to take down a gunship from the front. The chopper will be arriving any minute. Watch out. There's a chopper landing. It must be carrying the arms dealer. Keep your eyes on him. Our intel suggests the target will leave the country with the arms dealer after the inspection. Take him out before that happens.
There it is. I was wondering where my dive button was.
Fire!
Alle Trooper, das ist Chef hier. Was ist das für Situation? Das ist Situation. Alle Units.
Great, now I got a helicopter this time because a sniper saw me that I couldn't see.
Roger that.
Trying to rip that guy out of his suit.
Snake, talk to me! Snake!
No, just why does it even have that option pop up? How can I not turn that off? Like, it drives me insane. Off, 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 off. Like, don't ever offer it to me. Don't offer it.
You have arrived at your destination.
Great, you made it. I've sent the information to your map screen. That's the target's predicted location. Check all around the target and plan carefully before moving in.
Fire!
The map has been updated.
Fire! Fire! Fire at will!
There you go.
Defensieve posities en zoek die sniper. Uit! Alle troepen, dit is CP. Ons is de situatie. Ons is de situatie. Wat vaartbedrijvigheden. Is blij op jullie hoede. Uit!
There was a sniper over that way. Heh. Get this walker gear out of here.
Analysis complete.
Boss, it looks like the inspection's off the table. Find another way to locate the target.
Analysis complete.
That out of here.
Analysis complete.
He's coming too. Roger that.
Er is CP, begrijp. Er is niemand beschikbaar om naar bijstand te verlenen nie. Die is uiterst voorzichtig en gaan alleen. Uit!
Analysis complete.
Ooh. Ain't you special?
You gotta extract him.
Er is CP, begrijp. Er is niemand beschikbaar om naar bijstand te verlenen nie. Die is uiterst voorzichtig en gaan alleen. Uit!
Brace yourself!
Analysis complete.
Dude, she's dropped like a bunch of guys over here. That's hilarious. There's just like a pile of bodies. Look at how many people she knocked out. It's an array of guns. Shoot him. Thanks, Quiet. That was killer.
You gotta extract him.
I'll capture this whole damn base. Don't even try me.
He's coming too. Roger that. You gotta extract him.
Come here, you. Oh, she got you. She got you.
He's coming too. Roger that.
Meow? Why meow? Night night. Oh, Jesus. Dude! Bruh! Calm down. Oh my god. That guy almost ended this.
Subject on board. Leave the rest to us.
I don't know, I just got back. I will thank you in the kneecap. Shoot him in his chicken legs.
Subject on board. Leave the rest to us. He's coming too. Roger.
I don't know, I just got back. Welcome back, Fast Break. You ain't got a meow on me. He got that guy out of his walker unit finally.
Caution, rain approaching.
You gotta extract him.
Alright, I still gotta find his contact.
Looks like the target.
Updated.
Alle troepen, dit is CFR.
Found him.
Dit is de situatie. Ons is de situatie. Mijn pa bedrijvighede. Is blij op veel hoede. Uit.
Good. You completed the objective. Now get out of there.
Mission info has been updated.
Fire.
Alle troepen, dit is CFR. Securiteitscamera heeft individuen in moeilijkheid gebracht. Laatste eenheid. Gaan snel onderzoeken. Alle troepen, dit is CFR. Ons heeft de securiteitscamera verloren. Daar is geen reden om af te wezen.
We're out of there.
Die naast ons, gaan checken er.
Couldn't tell he was being shot in the ass. Well, they're trank darts.
Subject on board.
So they're like
Leave the rest to us.
little ant bites. There's a bunch of resource crates. I think they're all over here. Fuel resource. There's more resources back over here. That. Take that. Plenty of material.
Good. You completed the objective. Now get out of there. Exfiltrate out of the hot zone by chopper or on land.
Analysis complete.
Meh. Don't need them. Ooh. Oh. Fuel. Babe. Nice. Isn't there a Humvee over here? Where's all the vehicles at?
Alles geht schneller, das seht ihr. Kameras sind Änderungen umgespurt. Krijgom, no! Alle troepen, dit is CP. Ons heeft de securiteitscamera verloren. Daar is geen reden voor het om af te wezen. Die hoek die naast ons, gaan checken uit.
Alright, well, let's go find like a vehicle.
Visuele contact verloren. Keer terug naar achterbeginnen positie. Over. Er is CP, begrijp. Onderzoek die area. Maar blijf op je hoede. Uit. Zitten de Syrië. Die vond ik vrijgekomen. Ons gaan onderzoek. Over. Er is CP, begrijp. Er kon niet weggekomen is niet. Blijf wachtzaam. Uit.
Clouds approaching.
There we go. He's burning down. Loaded up and trucking. Get the hell out of this base. It's gonna open. Nailed it.
Exfiltrated.
That's it. You've made it out of the hot zone. No sign of the enemy. Mission complete, boss.
Nice. Bum bum ba da 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 bum dun
Arrived
dun.
at Mother Base.
Mission complete, boss. Boss, about that target you extracted. He says he wants to work for us. Having talked to him, he doesn't seem that bad a guy. Apparently, the arms dealer's people demanded they prolong the conflict, and he couldn't go against the management. That doesn't excuse everything he did, but his skills will make him a useful asset. Let's put him to good use.
What up, Sparks?
We've begun development on that new battle gear weapon that Emmerich was talking about. If you want to see how development's going, come take a look for yourself.
Has been some time. How you doing, bud?
Clouds approaching.
Doing better, still recovering. That's good. It's good to be getting better. Where did Hal go? He was here 2 seconds ago. It was good. It was good. The vacation we took was fantastic. We drove all the way up the West Coast. We did just over 3,000 miles of driving. It was great.
Boss, I know you're just coming off this mission, but there are reports of child soldiers taking over Massa Village after the CFA got wiped out there. They've been raiding the surrounding villages, so the people have requested we eliminate them. Check your mission list for the details.
Eliminate child soldiers? Good God. Pepperoni. The pepperoni pizza is doing good. He's picked up some habits we're not too happy about. Some habits that we do like. Trying to work our way through it. But we love the little shit. Alright, let's do this again.
Staff assigned.
Challenges.
The White Mamba, Nyoka Yam Pembe. He's the commander of the kids based out of Wala Yamasa. As you know, contract forces of Africa were stationed at that village. Anti-government forces hired ZRS to bring kids there from around Africa for training. But at some point, the adults with the PF started dropping like flies. This was right after we arrived in Africa. We don't know the cause. The kids ended up on their own. Must have been like fish out of water. Nothing to eat, no way to get back home. All the adults taught them was how to use a gun. Sure, they could shoot targets, but hunt for food? Not likely. They wouldn't have lasted long. Then the White Mamba showed up. He was faster and stronger than them, a better soldier, and he knew how to lead. I guess somebody wished upon a star, because their savior turned up like stardust straight out of the blue. The moment he arrived, the kids had their new commander. That was when they started attacking other villages. Word of the infamous White Mamba spread fast. But it isn't just his combat skills that got people talking. As you can tell from the name, he's the only light-skinned kid in the unit. Not to mention the blonde hair and the blue eyes. Not common in those parts. We have no idea where he came from or what he's experienced. The kid's a huge blank. But I'm sure you'll know him when you see him. One other thing. He's still a kid, so don't kill him. Be careful not to hit him with anything lethal. Not even a flesh wound. Our mission objective isn't just suppressing a bunch of militants. This is a DDR operation of the kids in that unit. DDR stands for Disarmament, Demobilization, and Reintegration. Disarmament is obvious. We take their weapons off their hands. The demobilization part means dismantling their military organization to ensure they can't arm themselves again. To do that, you need to capture the unit's commander and have him order his men to disband. In this case, the commander is the White Mamba. There's nobody above him, so he's all we need to grab. Finally, reintegration. Through education and occupational training, we give them a means to live besides war. A lot of kids born in a war zone don't know any other way to live. So before they find themselves back there, we teach them another skill. I'd like to establish this rehabilitation process at Mother Base. That's why we're bringing those kids back here. It's not so much for their sake. It's for the world that we're trying to create. No other way about it. Those kids are amateurs. Bad for business to have them running around where we're trying to work. Bring them all back if possible. Or as many as you can.
Nice. So White Mamba. Interesting information there. Got a pup feeling the pain. Probably older though. We've got fur baby kittens too.
Please.
What breed
select a
dog
mission.
did you get?
Unit dispatched. Please specify a project.
Hold on. Weapons, items.
Please specify a project.
That can get upgraded? Jack Russell. Those are nippy little guys. Buddy equipment.
Please specify a project. Please specify a project.
That applique armor going. Can't afford the rest now.
Staff assigned. Please select a mission. Unit dispatched. Unit dispatched.
Yeah, you can send a lot out now.
Unit dispatched.
Alright. 20,000.
That animal conservation
We're getting close.
program has really taken off, huh? Yeah, it's like a mini zoo. Some animal protection NGO asked us to get them out, right? So how come we don't hand them over to them?
We will, but they just asked us to hold on to them until they're ready to take them in.
What the hell? We're mercs, not zookeepers.
The NGO was telling
Please
Alright,
select
so that'll
a
be good
mission.
for a while.
me means a bigger paycheck.
You cross with either Border Collie or...
Something to take the edge off.
That's F? Yeah, I don't know what that is.
Whoever heard of a merc on dung duty?
A lot of blueprints to secure here. We better work on that.
Please select a landing zone. Landing zone confirmed.
Roger.
Staffordshire Bull Terrier. Oh. Never heard of that before.
This is Pequod. Arriving shortly at LZ.
He's all the way up on the
This
roof.
is Pequod. Have arrived at LZ. Will stand by.
Roger.
This is Pequod. On station at LZ.
Get it to the chopper. Get to the chopper.
Gaining altitude.
Whoa, what up, Quiet? Oh, there's a diamond down there. Let me off. Okay.
Mission list
I know you're
updated.
just coming off this mission, but there are reports of child soldiers taking over Massa Village after the CFA got wiped out there. They've been raiding the surrounding villages, so the people have requested we eliminate them. Check your mission list for the details.
Do this. Fly for leagues. I don't. What? Get out of here with that shit. Oh, these are all defensive blueprint. That's not stuff I could use. That's all for playing the base games.
Please select a landing zone. Heading to Central Africa.
Into Central? Oh, no. Dum-ba-ba-dum-da-da-dum-dum. Good. Oh, hold on. I think we're good.
Deploying.
Deploying. Alright, so we're getting a prisoner out on this one. There's my rocket arm. Rocket arm!
The map has been updated.
So we'll do the prisoner extraction before we go and deal with these damn kids that are pretending to be soldiers.
Careful down there, boss.
What the hell? I don't want... Leave me alone. Alright, we're gonna take a quick break. We're actually gonna pause it. And we'll be right back. Just need to run to the restroom, grab some water, stuff like that. I suggest you do the same. We'll be right back. Okay, guys, sorry about that. A little bit of a problem with one of the cages. Puppy. Trying to help the wife figure that out. Good break, though. Supermax had a weakness in its perimeter.
Enemy presence detected. The map has been updated. Supplies requested.
What?
Buddy has infiltrated our... The map has been updated. Supply drop complete.
I made a mistake. Oh, I thought it was going to turn on cover. Well, that was just a mess.
Snake, talk to me! Snake!
Enemy presence detected. The map has been updated.
Whoopsies.
Enemy presence detected. The map has been updated.
Oh my god. Screw this game. Why do people initiate alert phases when I'm behind a wall?
Clouds approaching.
It's around here somewhere. Right here.
That's the target.
Side ops list updated.
Okay, subject is in.
Extraction arrived at Mother Base.
He's coming too. Roger that.
You have arrived at your destination.
You gotta extract him.
Return to the ACC. Man. So, on the docket today, after we get done with some history of gaming Metal Gear, I do plan on jumping back into
Extraction arrived at Mother
God of
Base.
War. Working on that. But I'm feeling I don't want to do FOB missions. Don't. Got it. I want to do it. You can't make me. Oh, the new God of War is amazing. But on top of that, I'm really missing some good, solid, like, World of Warcraft action. Been wanting to play that for a while.
Please select a mission. Unit dispatched. Unit dispatched.
Element. Yes, well, dude, I
Please specify.
love
project.
playing WoW. Like, I've just accepted, like, to put aside all the hate that I could have for the things they've decided to do or not do with the game, and just enjoy it for what it is. And it's just, I'm just so much happier after accepting that. Not a terrible game that I have to hate. It's actually quite good and quite fun. I did get to play a bit of the alpha, and then I did get accepted into the beta as well. So I'm currently in the beta. I've done the opening quest lines for the Alliance, so I got to go and attack Lordaeron. And nothing too exciting because they're hiding cinematics from us so that it's not spoiled. It's kind of funny too because like you'll click on something and it'll start this. It would be the mission that would start the cinematic, but then text pops up across the screen that says "super awesome cinematic" or "super awesome cutscene" and stuff like that. It's Blizzard just a bunch of goofs.
Staff assigned.
All right, so
Please select a mission.
pick up the White Mamba.
Mission accepted. Deploying.
Capture the White Mamba, the child soldier's commander, and bring him back to Mother Base. First off, head for Bwala Yamasa.
Wala Yamasa. Eli, the White Mamba. Extract the White Mamba.
Be careful down there, boss.
detected. The map has been updated. Enemy presence detected. The map has been updated. Enemy presence detected. The map has been updated.
Alright, we really want to scout this one.
Showed up in this village out of the blue and took command of the child soldiers. The surrounding villages have been victims of their raids and brutality ever since. But if you extract their commander, those kids will have no choice but to stand down. Should wrap up the whole situation. They're still kids. You can't kill any one of them, including the commander.
Arrived at your
If things get
destination.
rough, neutralize them by knocking them out or by tranquilizing them.
Little shit. Oh, I
You have
can't.
arrived at your destination.
I can't extract them. The kids took a prisoner? No kid, he ain't okay.
The map has been updated. Caution, rain approaching.
Cover me!
Fire away. Yeah, lady, come on. I don't know how you got captured by these kids. Good job.
Analysis complete.
And you got a AA plus in combat? You got captured by children?
Okay, subject is in.
Development complete.
Alright, some real Lord of the Flies shit going on out here.
Pedina ange yandi, yina yabo ke bangaka, nyoke yampembe? Kimamosa ke somomononde? Ya azini bibuti pusakan geve.
Extraction arrived.
Oh, he's got a British accent. What are you doing, kid? Eh. I mean, this kid's being a little shit. So has anybody figured out who White Mamba is yet? Ah, a little bastard threw a bottle at me. Molotov cocktails, kid.
Not yet, Snake. Not over yet.
You lose, Commander.
Outpost captured. Mission info has been updated. Support helicopter requested.
This is
This is Pequod.
Liquid Snake.
Shortly at LZ. This is Pequod. Have arrived at LZ. Will stand by.
Extraction arrived at Mother Base.
Amazing. Mission complete. That right there is why you're the best, boss. The one and only.
Welcome to Outer Heaven. We got rules around here. Never draw a weapon on a fellow soldier. You got that? Anyone here can use a knife or a gun. What you're gonna learn is how to use your head.
Let's move.
When you get that under your belt, then you're free to leave.
Boss, we've received some new job offers. The details are on your iDroid.
Please select a mission.
Alright, close contact. Aim crew. Ye vengeful.
Please select a mission.
Alright, those are still cooking. And here is some lore for you guys. Strap in. This kid's Liquid Snake.
We placed the White Mamba and the rest of his unit in the staff living quarters.
How's that going?
It's a disaster, but what else can we do? We've taken away his weapons and banned him from using his nom de guerre. Apparently his real name is Eli. He must feel like we stripped him of his whole identity. We'll let things simmer down. I put a guard on him for now. Still, the question is, who is he? Where did he come from? And how has he survived?
He's still not talking.
No, he won't say a word about himself. But you know, it looks like he speaks English. One of the deck crew called out to him in English, and he said something back. He just lost it all of a sudden, started mouthing off at the guy, in perfect English. He wasn't stringing together words he picked up somewhere.
So English is his mother tongue.
He could be from the east, or the south, or maybe even further north or south. English is well established in countries all across the continent. It's rooted in Africa like a weed, or maybe parasite is the better word. So just speaking English doesn't help us figure out where he comes from.
Could even be from off-continent.
Right. In any case, we'll keep an eye on him. If we learn anything else, I'll be sure to let you know.
Kid's being a little shit.
Staff assigned.
Yay. Alright, get the Hoppa Choppa in here. Go.
Roger.
This is B-Quad. Arriving shortly at LZ. This is B-Quad. On station at LZ. Gaining altitude.
God, this game looks good. Alright.
Mission list
What's up, Ronnie?
updated.
Base is looking good. It's getting bigger.
Please select a mission.
Take a look at our side missions real quick. I don't need any of that. Wandering Mother
Please
Base
select a
Soldier.
land heading
I always do
to
these as
Central
soon as possible.
Africa.
Gotta get the bros back.
Deploying.
Sounds good, Sparks.
The map has been updated.
And yeah, remember, folks, we already got the next giveaway going. It is Kerbal Space Program. If you are scientifically minded in any amount, that game is fantastic.
Enemy presence detected. The map has been updated.
There's Ronnie, in there with 5 tickets.
Buddy has infiltrated and the map has been updated.
Is he okay?
Er is geen meer, begrijp. Stuur iemand om onderzoek in te stellen.
Dude, stop moving your skull, bruh.
Analysis complete.
Mediocre.
Analysis complete.
Mediocre.
The map has been updated.
Distract them. Put him to sleep. Ellie's back. No, I think he stepped away during the White Mamba mission.
Side-op completed.
He's coming too. Roger that.
Action arrived at Mother Base.
Alrighty. Oh, you heard? Yeah, Liquid Snake. It's kind of the biggest reveal in this game. That White Mamba,
Analysis complete.
Liquid Snake.
Analysis complete. Enemy presence detected. The map has been updated.
Ronnie's the only one that survived. Backstabbing bastard.
Analysis complete.
You gotta extract him.
I think we're good. Oh, okay. No, we're successful on that.
Please select a mission. Unit dispatched. Unit dispatched.
There we go. How's a Witchwood been? I've just been messing around with it. I haven't really been putting too much effort into it. I think I got one of the 4 classes boss beat. Cannoneer.
Extraction.
I haven't really been playing that much. I maybe got 2 or 3 hours put into it. Got a headache, light sensitive. That sucks, Sparks. Well, enjoy, relax, sit down, take a chill pill. Hopefully your headache lets up. Good seeing you again, bud. Missed you. Hopefully we'll see you soon. Let's check side missions again. Wearing shades just to see the screen at the moment. You should look into those gunners. Gunners apparently take down a lot of headache issues. I have a pair floating around here. They're just freaking huge. I have no idea where they are. Usually sitting right on my desk. Sounds good, bud. Try focusing on something that's like 50 feet away.
Select a mission.
Readjust your eyes.
Mission accepted. Deploying.
Yes, finished God of War. We did. I haven't finished it. Actually, in a little bit here, we're going to be switching back over to God of War. Do all the extracurriculars.
Rescue the 2 prisoners being held in a guard post to the southwest of Ngumba Industrial Zone. The targets are civilians. 1 male, 1 female. Apparently, they're specialists sent out there to investigate infectious diseases. They were frequent visitors to that devil's house at Nzoya Medina. If you recover them, we'll finally be able to get first-hand accounts of what's been going on in that place.
Yeah, I saw the little clip at the end. Still on deck for God of War spoilers. For what's in that game, I don't think so. As far as my concern, I'm done with it. I've beaten the game, and yeah, I think it's fine. I think we're good to talk spoilers in the chat room. At least in our chat. I would not suggest it in others.
The map has been updated. updated.
Because when I do go over and start playing it again, I'll be putting up like
The map
post-story,
has been updated.
post-game like additional missions and quests and stuff like that. So anybody who's wanting to not know spoilers, they're gonna know not to watch my stream because I've already beaten it.
Updated.
I really enjoyed it. I really liked it. God of War games,
Enemy
they never
detected.
respect the
The map
mythology
has been
completely, so they
updated.
kind of make their own mythology, and that's kind of been my biggest thing always with like storytelling.
Analysis
Like if you're gonna get
complete.
weird and you're gonna do stuff that like hardcore loreists will get upset about, you gotta make it your own world. Like fuck it up a lot, right? Don't try to be authentic and only fuck it up a little bit.
Analysis
That'll just annoy the
complete.
piss out of me. But if you're like, oh no, this is my version, well, that means you're not fucking with my canon of Norse mythology. You're doing your own deal. That works. That works totally.
The map has been
But,
updated.
Yeah, they established that real early on. They're like, Odin's a real bad guy. They screwed up like the family line. They really like took that out of
Enemy squad is on its way to the guard post.
contortion.
Watch yourself.
Arrived at Mother Base.
But what's cool is they've connected the Greek and the Norse worlds and also the Egyptian with what Tyr was going around doing. So there's like this huge mystery about Tyr we got to figure out.
Buddy,
But it's connected all the worlds
the map
together, which is
has
pretty
been
cool.
updated.
Which means that Kratos opening Pandora's box and inevitably making the Greek gods become bad guys when they used to be good guys by releasing paranoia into the world, as well as a bunch of other stuff, could be the reason why the Norse gods are the way they are. Which is real interesting. I think that's really cool. Yeah, I like the aesthetics of Mjolnir. I thought it was a bit small. But I liked it. I like that it is a homage to the actual Norse appearance of Mjolnir and not the Marvel comic book version of it. It's supposed to be the Seer as well. I don't know what the Seer is. I was starting to see the kid being Loki. As soon as they announced that the mom... Well, when they told us to take the ashes to the highest peak and that ended up being in Jotunheim, I was like, there's a lot to the mom that we don't know. And then the more and more they got into the whole Tyr thing, like helping the giants, and the giants aren't the bad guys, I was like... And her house was hidden. I was like, ah, shit, she's probably... Faye is probably a fake name for one of the giantesses that's important from history. I was like, that means, and then it clicked in my head that Atreus was half god, half giant, and I was like, oh,
Detected.
there's Loki.
The map has been updated.
No, I didn't see it. We'll see it tonight. I bought tickets. But, yeah, it was cool to have them confirm it at the end that he's Loki. No, I haven't seen it.
You have arrived at your destination.
Remember remember our spoiler rules that we have, everyone, and it's all true for. It stays true for TV shows and movies, but once I beat a game, the game rule. And remember, for TV shows, it's a week,
The map has been
right?
updated.
I forgot what it was. It's written down somewhere. I got it written down somewhere. Hold on. Where did I write it down? No. I need to make this into a command. No, don't go to the calendar. Go to mid-drive. TV shows 1 month, movies 3 months, and games 6 months. The game's 6-month spoiler is lifted anytime we complete a game on there. So, and all I'm saying is, like, try to be careful for those periods of times. I think those are valid, and then actually it could be varied a little bit.
Fire at will.
Have at 'em, girl. With TV shows, you know, I think you got like about a week, really. I don't know why I put a month in there. I think I'm gonna actually change that. But like, you got like a week to get that watched, man. Like, if it takes you longer than a week to watch like the new episode of Game of Thrones, you don't give a shit. I don't think. And if it takes you longer than a month to see a movie, well then, like, you don't care about it leaving theaters.
The map has been updated.
But video games, though, that one's the hard one, because, you know, video games are expensive and it takes time for people to get their hands on it and actually sit down and get it played and beat. Thor's a badass in it. Well, my expectations are low, because I know what Thanos is. I know what the point of this movie is. The bottom line is this movie's all about... So, Infinity Wars 1 and Infinity Wars 2 is the same story, right? And the way you tell a story is you build up the characters, and then you have a climax where everything goes a little bad and they have to overcome that and become better heroes, right? So, the fact that this is split up in the middle, I have full expectations that the first episode of Infinity Wars is a massive heartbreak. Predictions. I don't know anything. These aren't spoilers. I am predicting.
Analysis complete.
So, to keep myself from getting too excited,
Mission
Great work. Now exfiltrate.
I expect all of the heroes to be mutilated and murdered so that they can arise to the challenge. But from what I'm hearing, though, it sounds like all the characters were pretty fucking sick.
Coming too. Roger that.
Because people are like really rating it really well, and I have a theory that they actually did like a really killer job with Thanos. And the reason why I have that theory is because every time Maximilian Dood comes back from one of these Marvel movies, if he really liked the Marvel movie, he tries building a character team on Marvel Infinite, Marvel vs. Capcom, with that character in it. So, like, he really liked Black Panther, so he came back and he tried making a Black Panther team, and when he went and saw Thor Ragnarok, he tried making a Thor Hulk team. Like, he does these teams if he really, really digs the characters in that movie, and he came back and he was making a Thanos team. And trying to make a Thanos team work on Marvel. And so I was like, alright, well, Thanos was probably pretty sick then. So that'd be cool. Yeah, we'll see it tonight. Toxic Lily and I just don't like terrible. Viper Gaming, thank you for the follow. I appreciate that. Welcome to History of Gaming. If you got any questions about Metal Gear, let me know. Ask the questions. We're wrapping up the history lessons on this stuff. And I've talked about it a million times, and if you want me to talk about it again, you gotta let me know. But, yeah, I'm looking forward to it. Toxic Lily and I don't like going into, like, crowded theaters and getting bad seats, so we took, like, a late night weekday because everybody's got to go to work tomorrow, and she's on vacation, and I'll just stream a little late tomorrow. But we'll catch it real late tonight. It'll be good. We're going to that theater, too, you suggested, Rebel Red.
Subject on board.
If it's got the reclining seats and I can reserve online, it's a theater I love, and there's only like 2 of them I know of in the state right now. Friend of yours, hope we base him? Haze him. Ronnie, if he's your friend, as much as we make fun of you, we're just gonna make fun of you in front of him even more. You want us to haze him like we haze you? I don't know, man. I don't know. We might just ask him for dirt on you. I don't think this is gonna go the way you want it. Hold on, I think I hear something.
He's coming too. Roger that.
Yeah, you can't just... Yeah, Viper goes, I'm good with that. You can't just ask people to haze them. You can't be like, hey guys, let's haze. It's an unspoken thing, it just happens.
Enemy presence detected. The map has been
No, in all
updated.
seriousness, Ronnie takes a good shellacking from the stream. Takes a good teasing. Kerbal Space Program, people, that is what the giveaway for this week is. Make sure you get in on that before Friday if you want a chance at winning that drawing. And also remember, if you guys enjoy purchasing from Humble Bundle, which is a fantastic way to get tons of games for really cheap, please consider doing so through the link that I just posted in chat. I am now a partner with Humble Bundle, and it does not change your transaction in any way whatsoever. You pay the same amount. I just get a little bit of credit for leading you there. There's Reichland. What up, buddy? Do you remember as well, there is the link in chat for the poll for what the next game will be. It looks like it's a landslide. It's going to be Mass Effect, but I did say that poll would run through till the end of this particular game. And then I will start to prepare for the next History of Gaming. So if you want to get your vote in, please do so. Gotta go this way. And there is Runic Gains, how you gain your runes. You have my condolences for being friends with Ronnie. It's true. True.
Caution, rain approaching. Analysis complete.
Got an A+ in cardboard boxes. Oh my god.
Drift on board. Leave the rest to us.
It's pretty tough. We know.
Analysis.
So when you're hanging out with Ronnie, does he ever just run up and stab troubled kids in the leg?
Analysis complete.
'Cause that's what he does around here.
Analysis complete. Enemy presence detected. The map has been updated.
Oh, jeez. Good night. Die on you in the worst moment.
Analysis complete.
Hey, his death in D&D was as fair as we can make it.
He's coming too. Roger that.
Listen here, butthole.
Analysis complete.
7 months, man. You guys it's starting to have been a while.
Subject on board. Leave the rest to us.
Toxically, you should get in there and check what your follow age is.
Exfiltrated.
Can't let them follow you. Throw off the enemies on your tail first.
Yeah, I'm working on it. There we go.
The coast is clear. Mission complete. Mission complete.
None of your pain.
Boss. Boss, we placed the 2 targets in quarantine. They don't show signs of anything, but we'll monitor them just the same. If they had access to the Devil's House, I doubt they were sent there by some health organization. Cypher used them, and would have eliminated them eventually. But we'll protect them here. They've agreed to that. After all, we helped them out of the country as promised. The mission's complete. But boss, they've been behind the curtains at Ngumba. They examined the patients there nearly every day. They told us the patients were being made to listen to voices on tape. But the male target added something interesting. He said he doesn't know what was on the tapes because there was no English version. Of all the voices that were shoved down those people's throats, English wasn't one of them.
Interesting. Interesting. We don't know, Ronnie. We don't know. I mean...
Boss, staying on the battlefield that long will have a negative impact on your health. Why not head back to Mother Base for a shower once in a while?
Shoulda. She said one day. She said one day. We don't know what we're dealing with, and we just know it's gonna take a while. But
the boss is back. Let's go refuel and load up on artillery.
We're good to go, Chief.
What's the matter?
got a queasy stomach. You guys need to look away.
Stop this! Now!
What the fuck, you freak?
Give me a hand! Hold her still! Dismissed.
Payback for how they treated her?
Doesn't explain the others. She had every chance to kill them. Tight security on her cell. This happens a second time. There won't be a third.
Well, that was a bit gruesome.
About Eli. I'd heard that one product of the Les Enfants Terribles project went missing in Africa. The age would be about right. Now, I'm not saying I think it's Eli, but I want to run a genetic test all the same. Don't worry, I'll have it done without him noticing. The test may take some time, but I'll tell you as soon as we have the results.
Please specify a project.
There's the hint, leading us to believe that Eli is in fact Liquid Snake.
Staff assigned. Please select a mission. Please select a mission. Unit dispatched. Unit dispatched. Unit dispatched.
Alright. Bringing in a lot more money by doing that. What was I doing?
Roger.
This is B-Quad. Arriving shortly at LZ. This is B-Quad. On station at LZ. Gaining altitude.
Oh, she's still allowed to go out on missions with me? After she stabbed a guy in the mouth? Alright.
Please select a mission.
Boss, this contract comes from the Mbele rebel militants. That's right. That general's fighters. Recently, one of their child soldier platoons staged an insurrection and split from the main group. Thing is, they took a hostage with them. The general's brother, his number 2. The contract is to extract both that prisoner and the leader of the renegade platoon. The message reads, "I love my brother. You must bring him back to me alive." It also says this about the leader of the child soldiers. He is an excellent soldier. I want to persuade him to rejoin the ranks of the righteous. It sounds a little too forgiving for the man who ordered those kids dead at the mine. I wonder what kind of persuasion the general has in store. With that in mind, here are your objectives. First, rescue and return the general's number 2 as requested. Second, extract the renegade leader, and we'll keep him at Mother Base. In other words, extract both targets out of the region. Good luck, boss.
Mission accepted. Heading to Central Africa. Deploying.
Deploying. Alrighty. Aim true, ye vengeful.
Your mission objectives are to extract the child soldier's commander and their captive, the General's #2. This child soldier platoon decided to break away from the Mbeli militants. They took the #2 captive and have occupied an abandoned village. Start by checking that location on your map. Boss, child soldiers will treat you as an enemy, but they're just kids. See that they don't get hurt.
The map has been updated.
Be careful down there, boss.
Our D team just went up. Go, girl. That helicopter is so subtle. So freaking subtle. Yeah, I think I'm gonna change the rules. What do you guys think? So, I think we all should be in agreement on the spoiler
Reconnaissance
rules.
is best conducted from high vantage points. I've marked a good spot on your map.
Buddy,
Take a look at your eyes, Roy.
the map has been updated. The map has been updated. Marker placed.
So on the spoiler rules, what if we did TV shows are 1 week, and then we can start talking about it? So essentially, when the next episode airs, you can talk about what happened in the previous episode. No spoilers about the new one.
Extraction arrived at the mother base.
Movies, you got a month, 30 days from it coming out. And then I'll say 3 months for video games. I think that's fair. It's fair, because I hate these people that are like, you'll be like, oh man, Bioshock when Atlas Corporate, and then you're like, and then they go, no, spoilers, I haven't played Bioshock yet. Shut the, you had plenty of fucking time. I'm allowed to talk about Bioshock now, you piece of shit. Get the hell out of here. I actually had that happen. I was talking games with somebody.
Okay, that's the General's brother, his #2. Get him out of there, boss.
And we were talking Bioshock, and I was like, and he was talking about how he had played it, and we're talking 2 years after the game had been out. I'm like, well, if you played it, you beat it. And he's talking about it, and I was like, yeah, it's really cool. What happens at the end? And he's like, spoilers, man, I haven't beaten it yet. And he was all pissed off, and I'm like, you probably should have prefaced that. I'm not the asshole here. You are. It's like somebody going like, let's go out for lunch. You got anything, anything in mind? We could do pizza, this, that. They go, no, man, I'm good for anything. And you go out and they go, oh, I can't eat anything with gluten. And it's like, all right, well, we just went to a pizza joint, so,
Begin cover fire.
eat your pizza and die, okay? What the hell was that? Yeah, I think people should be allowed to talk about shit in video games. But reasonably. Beat me to it. What do I keep hearing?
Enemy presence detected. The map has been updated.
What up, dude? I'm getting you out of here.
Guard post captured.
That's the target prisoner. He's injured. Looks half-starved, too. There's no way he can stand the shock of a Fulton extraction. Get him out by chopper.
Any cars around? Yeah, there is.
Detected. The map has been
I'll
updated.
pop them in the car.
Enemy presence detected. The map has been updated. Enemy presence detected. The map has been updated.
Another group of child soldiers. No, must be a squad they had out on patrol.
Enemy presence detected.
Security will be tighter now. Watch yourself.
Updated. Support helicopter
Roger.
requested.
Alright, kids, later! Stealing your POW.
Enemy presence detected. The map has been. Extraction arrived at Mega Base.
Pequod, arriving shortly at LZ. This is Pequod, on station at LZ.
Good covering fire. Alright, let's go.
All that's left is to extract the commander.
Oh, wait a minute. We're not leaving yet. There's a commander somewhere. Wait a minute. That means I can extract one of the kids? Oh, shit.
Buddy has infiltrated our support helicopter has arrived. Extraction arrived at Mega Base.
Flawless work. You never cease to amaze, boss.
Okay. Can I put a bunch of kids inside the car and then extract the car?
Prisoner extracted. Next is the commander. Check the VI on your iDroid to see what he looks like.
I'm gonna pile all these kids up. Get a bunch of kids in a pile. Have Quiet watch them so that if they wake up, she puts them back to sleep. We'll try and get all these kids out. Surprise. Little kids snoring like they're old men. None of these have been the commander yet.
There he is.
There he is.
Commander, extract him.
God, he looks like a pissed off little shit. Angry little man.
Development complete.
Alright, hopefully she'll stay in that position. No? Hop in the car.
Support helicopter requested. Extraction arrived at North Base.
These damn Humvees just don't turn at all. They just refuse to.
This is Pequod. Arriving shortly at LZ. This is Pequod. On station at LZ.
Completed your objective. Now get out of the hot zone.
Mission
Nope, we're taking more kids.
updated.
No, get him on the helicopter. Just gonna leave.
Gaining altitude.
I didn't want to run that many kids back and forth.
Departing.
C1 was waking up anyways. Forget him.
Extraction arrived
He's coming
at
too.
North Base.
Roger that. All right.
We saved 2 additional children,
Maybe you'll actually break a sweat next
and we
time,
didn't
huh?
need to.
Boss, about how we report this one to the client. I'll tell them we took heavy resistance from the renegade platoon, and the hostage was killed in the firefight. Also, their leader wouldn't let himself be taken alive. I doubt the client will pay us for this one, but we got a big enough reward from the General's number 2 instead. And as for the number 2, he's saying he wants to join Diamond Dogs. I guess he knows what that means for him. He said, if I'm working for you, I can be number 2 or number 200 for all I care.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Quarantine platform has been constructed. Move between platforms. The iDroid into Mother Base. You while in the aerial command center.
Boss, we have an emergency. Many of our staff are falling ill. At first it seemed like a common cold, but before we knew it, blisters started popping up on their chests and... Damn it. I'll fill you in at the ACC. Just get in the chopper.
Alright, that creepy disease we found at the Devil's house. It's on Mother Base. It's gotten in.
Mission
Look
list
closely.
updated.
Those are the symptoms of the infection on Mother Base. The blisters on the body were full of tiny worms. Parasite larvae, most likely. But we couldn't find any adults. It doesn't seem to mature in the body, like a spargatum. We don't know the root of infection, or what causes symptoms to develop.
Boss, do you remember seeing these symptoms before? The bodies floating around in the oil facility, the bedridden test subjects at the Devil's house. This epidemic looks just like what we've seen on our hunt for Cypher.
So this is the weapon of mass destruction Cypher was working on in Africa.
Boss, the situation is urgent. We need to quarantine the infected and contain the pathogen. Priority now is to prevent more casualties.
But the problem is, how do we tell who's infected? During the incubation period, we have no way of knowing who's clean. You'll have to try and guess who's infected before they go symptomatic and quarantine them. That'd be easy if we just knew the route or vector of the infection. From now on, if you even suspect a staff member's infected, use your iDroid to order them into quarantine. Given the situation, the men won't submit to quarantine just because I or the medical team tell them to. But they will listen to you. Of course, it's just a temporary measure until we find a permanent solution. But at least they'd be in solitary isolation so they won't infect each other, and we get the mental care they need. If we do nothing, we'll only lose more people. We have no choice. Boss, open your iDroid. I'll explain how to quarantine staff members suspected of infection. Go to the Mother Base menu and select Staff Management. First, take a look at the quarantine facility we've set up.
I am.
We'll isolate anyone who's already symptomatic at the quarantine facility. But we have to expect that there are multiple staff who are infected, but asymptomatic. So how do we identify them? At present, we have no way to tell them apart. But there has to be something for us to go on. If you notice anything, reassign staff you suspect are infected to the quarantine facility. We'll monitor them and then contact you if there's a change in their condition. Correctly quarantining these asymptomatic infected will reduce the number of new infections. You should continue with your missions as usual. If Cypher is behind this, going after them should help us determine the root cause of this epidemic. Also, until we identify the pathogen, we can't fire or dispatch any staff. We cannot let this thing spread. Boss, get to the bottom of this fast. We're counting on you.
Alright. I have a theory. Does anybody else have a theory?
Select unit. Staff has been quarantined.
All right.
Select unit.
We'll quarantine the staff you specified.
Quarantine. Select
Did you figure out what's causing the infection?
Staff has been quarantined. Select unit. Staff has been quarantined. Select unit.
All right. We'll quarantine the staff you specified. Did you figure out what's causing the infection?
I'm right about this. This is a lot of freaking people. I don't remember exactly if I'm right about this.
Select unit. Staff has been quarantined.
All right. We'll quarantine the staff you specified.
Did you figure out what's causing the infection? Boss, a new job's come in. It's a hit. I'm the human trafficker who sent Shabani and the others to Nzoya Badia Bulu, where you went to Skullface. The thing is, this guy might know something about the disease that's going around Mother Base. The symptoms are similar to the ones we saw at that factory. Start by checking the mission details on your iDroid.
Alright, we got some new audio tapes to listen to.
Look closely. Those are the symptoms of the infection on Mother Base. The blisters on the body were full of tiny worms. Parasite larvae, most likely. But we couldn't find any adults. It doesn't seem to mature in the body, like a spargatum. We don't know the root of infection, or what causes symptoms to develop. The infection rate, along with the number of dead, are both on the rise. If we don't find the cause, and soon...
Boss, do you remember seeing these symptoms before? The bodies floating around in the oil facility? The bedridden test subjects at the Devil's House? This epidemic looks just like what we've seen on our hunt for Cypher. It could be a counterplay by Skullface.
That's insane. You mean they weaponize parasites?
Parasites as weapons. That definitely falls under the Biological Weapons Convention. But it's something the world would never see coming. And no one's ever developed a vaccine for parasites.
So this is the weapon of mass destruction Cypher was working on in Africa?
It may be. But if it is, how do the Yellow Cake and Walker Gears fit in? There must be something bigger we're not seeing. Anyway, our priority now is to prevent more casualties.
The medical team is studying the infection, but we can't treat anyone until we know the root cause. All we can do right now is halt the spread of infection. Remember before, boss? When Quiet attacked one of our guys on Mother Base, stuck a knife in his mouth. He's one of the very few soldiers who've had contact with her recently. Close contact. I don't think it's a coincidence that he was among those who became symptomatic pretty early on in this epidemic. Saliva and blood spatter, an open wound, mucosal infection. Whatever is causing this got inside him then.
Miller, that is a baseless accusation.
The source of the infection is Quiet. Everyone suspects her.
We don't know that. And we've come across these symptoms before. The bodies in the water at the oil-filled facility. Those sick people in the beds at the Devil's House. They're identical to what we've seen while we've been after Cypher. The infection could have come from elsewhere. But at the very least, she does know something.
It's not like she's gonna talk.
No, not through words anyway. But what about her actions? Quiet held a knife to that soldier back then, before he became symptomatic. There must have been a reason for that.
A reason for shoving a knife down the throat of one of our men.
What if she's capable of identifying who's infected? What if she was trying to stop the infection but couldn't communicate that to us? The answer to that, the source of the infection, might be in the mouths of the infected.
You think there's some kind of clue in their mouths?
I don't know. But maybe there's something about the mouths of those who become symptomatic, something in common.
Something their mouths have in common. Forget it. We can't trust her. Even if she can spot the infected, I don't want her help.
I understand how you feel. But this is something to go on.
Can't you see it's just like I said? Bringing her here was a big mistake. Quiet is gonna be the end of us.
Stand down. You've got zero proof. Try to keep an open mind on this, boss. There has to be a way to identify who's infected.
Clue to identifying the infected is in their mouths. An interesting little hint there.
Please select a mission. Clouds approaching. Please select a mission.
All right. Well, I think that is good for today's episode. We're just under 4 hours. So that will allow me to wrap this up and move us over to the next episode. We'll do something else with the stream today. Be playing some more games, but that will be it for this particular episode on the VODs and the YouTube channel. I appreciate you guys watching History of Gaming Metal Gear. We're getting pretty close to, I would say, like the last chunk that kind of leads to the end of the game, and then there's some extra stuff that we need to do to reveal the rest of the story. But we'll see you next time.